What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. I got multiple things for you guys here in this video. I want to talk about a potential stimulus check here coming here this year or early next year in regards to negotiations between the Republicans and Democrats that could be coming from Congress. Also, I'm going to talk about a child tax credit negotiations of $3,600 to $3,000 negotiations that is coming here. They're actually working on this as well. That could be happening as well. They're actually talking about a negotiations of having this happen as well. Also, our family, we're giving away $1,000 in our What's in the Box kind of contest. If you could guess what's in that box, you could win money directly from us, and I'll show you how that works here later in the video. Okay, so make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't already, make sure to click the subscribe button down below to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. Make sure to click the bell icon after you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos here on our YouTube channel. Part of my mission here is to let you know with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis and also what is going on here in Congress as well. Okay, so a couple things to talk about here is number one, there's a lot of negotiating kind of going on right now in Congress. Okay, so a couple different things. Okay, Congress is kind of already in talks of negotiating with Republicans and Democrats right now over a couple different things. Okay. And I'll show you some headlines here. Okay. Number one, a debt ceiling showdown in Congress could send the U.S. economy into a tailspin. But number one is that the Republicans and Democrats are already kind of looking to posture over the U.S. debt ceiling or the debt limit, and are already starting to take some posturing over negotiations on what each side wants into negotiations to get this done. Okay, so that is already starting to take place over, and really it's just kind of a political posturing over what each side wants to kind of just to make an agreement to pass the bill here. Now, what's interesting here is that just last week, the Government Accountability Office and the government announced that the U.S. budget deficit was cut in half for the biggest decrease ever amid COVID spending declines. So you can see the headline right here. So the U.S. budget deficit was sliced in half for fiscal year 2022. So believe it or not, you can read this right here. The shortfall declined to 1.375 trillion compared to 2.77 trillion. Revenue posted was easily the highest one-year total on record. So we actually had the highest revenue on record for the government ever, bringing in the most revenue for the United States ever. And this included the student loan forgiveness program in this money. The deficit decline would have been steeper if it didn't include the student loan forgiveness. So this included the student loan forgiveness for over 40 million Americans in there, by the way. So keep that in mind. Also, there's new optimism that the $300 monthly child tax credit checks can be renewed. They won't take it, the relief would look different because it won't there's not time for monthly checks now at this point because the year is going to be over. But the $3,600 total for children under the age of 6, or $250 per month, or $3,000 total for children ages 6 to 17. So $3,000 to $3,600 They're in negotiations on this as well. And a possible fourth stimulus check is possible as well because of, well, first of all, you just seen what I showed you is that the deficit reduction of what the government is spending and revenues of what the government is bringing in, it's the highest revenue the government has ever had. And when you look at what is happening with our economy right now, credit card interest rates are the highest they have ever been. Dave Ramsey says that credit card interest rates are the average as high as 22% on average. Yeah. And they go as high as 35 to 36%. Unbelievable. Mortgage rates top 7% for the national average for the first time in 20 years since 2002, more than doubling the average mortgage rate just this year. We've gone from 3% on average to 7% in less than a year, making anybody who's having to switch homes, buy a new home, literally charging them up to $1,000 more a month in interest in literally less than a year. It's just absolutely killing the average person. And car loan interest rates absolutely soaring as well because interest rates spiking. More car buyers pay at least $1,000 a month for their loans as high prices and rate hikes throw a 1-2 punch. Yeah, I mean, absolutely absurd. Absurd. And remember that the Fed is going to be hiking interest rates again in November and December. So, if anything, more help is needed for people of low income and middle low income, people on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA, RRB, people that are struggling the most. Remember that 60 to 64% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. So, if anything, now is the time that more help is needed for these Americans. I mean, and remember also, there's about $600 billion of leftover stimulus money that is already approved from stimulus package 1, 2, and 3. So they could send out another stimulus check without even printing any new money. All they need to do is combine all the leftover stimulus money and send it out to the neediest people, the groups of people that need it the most. Low income, people on Social Security, people on disability, not the high income earners, not people that need it the most or people that don't need it the most, but people that need it the most. People on food assistance, people on low income, people on Social Security, people on disability. I mean, just look at the statistics. Look at food inflation. Look at gas inflation. I mean, gas prices have, almost doubled in the past 2 years, and they could do this without printing any new money. This is money that has already been printed. I mean, they don't even really print money nowadays. So nowadays, a lot of it's electronic. But I mean, you kind of get the drift here. So Congress can do this. And this is money that is needed. I mean, the price of food alone is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So, I mean, let me know your thoughts here. This is something that could be done without even printing new money. Also, remember that the same Congress, Democrat controlled, stays in there all the way until January, regardless of the election. So, even with the election, the new people in Congress, whoever gets voted out, new people don't come in until January. Okay. So the old Congress stays in there all the way until January. New people get sworn in January. Okay. Also, we have possibility of executive orders. President Biden just did an executive order that is going to mean over $1 billion for Americans. I will link you to that video next. There's really a lot of stuff going on here. Also, I'll keep you up to date here on a daily basis. There's over 33 different states that are sending out state stimulus checks, property tax rebate checks, inflation relief checks. California alone is sending out up to $1,050 checks to 23 million Americans. And they're just one of the 33 different states. So, honestly, there's going to be next year. I don't know how many states are going to do it next year, but it was actually really good because last year I think there was only like maybe 5 or 10 states that did it last year. This year there was like 33, maybe a little bit more. I mean, I kind of lost count. There was a few states that kind of were added here recently, so maybe it was 34, 35. But it was really good to see this on a state level. We've had some programs on the federal level as well. Of course, the most recent one, the federal student loan forgiveness, which is currently hung up in court. Republicans are trying to block it, which to me doesn't really. I kind of am flabbergasted on this because it's not for Republicans, it's not for Democrats, it's kind of for everybody, and it's not going to raise any taxes. Remember, they're not raising taxes to pay for this. And I just showed you on the screen that the government has brought in more revenue this year than ever and actually reduced the deficit of the amount that the government spends on a yearly basis compared to the year before. So, if anything, this is kind of providing relief to 40 million Americans and also what the next program might be. What the next program might be. Remember, we've had 3 stimulus checks already. We've had rent assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance. We've had paycheck protection program. We've had all these different programs. And what could be coming next? Well, there's been a lot of programs. So I'll keep you up to date here. Also, we have these monthly SNAP bonuses going out to like over half the states still on a monthly basis. Extra SNAP benefit bonuses. I just did a video on that. So I'll keep you up to date here on all these things. So make sure to click the subscribe button down below. Also, I will give you a clue to what's in this box. We are having a kind of a little contest here on if you can guess what's in this box, you could win money directly from me. I'm also going to be giving money away here next month in November and December. So right now, if you can guess what's in this box, you could win $100 from me. I'm giving away $1,000 in total. If you can guess what's in that box correctly, you'll be entered into the pool of people who guess correctly. And from there, we will have randomly picked 10 people to win $100 each for a total of $1,000. So here's a clue to what's in this box. It's clue number 5. If you want to see the previous clues, go back and watch my videos before this. Okay. Clue number 5 is the item in the box has spikes. The item in the box has spikes. So to guess, all you need to do is leave a comment down below in the comment section. You can do that right now. You can guess as many times as you like. There's no limits. Completely free to do this. The item in the box has spikes. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think it is. Again, completely free to do so. Leave as many guesses as you like. And beware of scammers. If you see anybody saying call or text me in the comment section, it's not me. They might use my pictures, but just disregard them. I block them on a daily basis. So I'll keep you up to date here. And you can click this video here to see President Biden's executive order he just did that's going to be for over $1 billion for Americans. Really good video there on that. And you can click this video here to see my video on checks that are going out to millions of Americans that you might not even know about. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll keep you up to date, and I will see you in the next video.